Dear students, welcome to the practical computing class, and today we will have our second lecture. The title of this lecture is Basic Operations. So today I will talk about various mathematical operations which can be used in Microsoft Excel. Some of these operations are quite simple, others can be more complex for you. Let's start. First of all, dear students, I would like to inspire you with the following quotation of a very famous British scientist, Stephen Hawking. He said that there is a real danger that computers will develop intelligence and take over. We urgently need to develop direct connections to the brain so that computers can add to human intelligence rather than be in opposition. So first of all, we have to think about human intelligence. So first of all, we have to invest into our own brains. So computers will help us to develop and solve a variety of different problems from engineering and also from other sciences. First of all, dear students, I would like to remind you one important thing. So I think you already know that we have a glossary for this class. So this is the second lecture, and so I usually provide you with some spatial terms which are used in my lecture and also in a textbook. You can find the corresponding chapter related to basic operations in our textbook also. So these words are the most popular words which are used in my presentation and also in corresponding chapter of textbook. So also we can call this a frequency dictionary. Frequency means frequency, right? Let me also translate what is frequency for you. Frequency. Frequency. I think you understand what is frequency. And here I have created a frequency dictionary. Frequency dictionary. It means some important words which are very popular are included. So first of all, I would like to thank you for your work and for your translations. So before you continue this lecture, please stop this video and study these words. So these are very important. So otherwise, you may not simply understand my video lectures and presentations. So I suggest you to memorize these words. Sometimes we'll have less words, sometimes we'll have more words, and I think all students will actively participate in the creation of this glossary. So I'm spending much time to find all these words, so which are the most important for this lecture. So I suggest you to find the correct translations. The translation should be related to computing, to Excel, or maybe to mathematics or computer science. So please don't use any other meanings. So don't forget, in English language, words may have different meanings. So please provide with the correct meaning. And also, I suggest you to use a sentence which is somehow related to computers or to computing. So that would be very useful. But if you cannot find this, you can use any other example. So also, please don't forget that some fields are still missing. Some fields are missing. I use blue color here, so it means some students did not complete this glossary. So I suggest you to add some words and translate them. So here, each student needs to work on 3 or 4 words, right? 3 or 4 terms. I think it's not that difficult. So you can complete this in 5 minutes. So the most important again is correct translation and also good example. Good example is also important. Good, and also it should be clear for other students. All right. So now let me show you the learning objectives. So I think you don't know what is objective. Learning objective. So learning objectives means that so we have some plan and we will follow this plan, right? So we have something to study here, and usually in the beginning of each presentation you will find learning objectives. So all my presentations are mostly based on the textbook we use, and the textbook title can be found in the program of this course. So you can check the syllabus. And you can find our textbook. Okay. Also, you can find my introductory lecture. So there you will find the title of actually and cover of this textbook. So this is a very good textbook for engineers. So what we will do in this week, dear students. So first of all, I will talk about simple arithmetic. So you know what is arithmetics? It's a kind of basic mathematic, right? Basic mathematic. So we often work with numbers in high school or in the middle school, in elementary school. So, but here we will apply this to cells, right? You know, cell is an important concept for Microsoft Excel. So if you check the glossary, you will find this term, right? Cell. So also you need to understand what is a formula, what is figure. Figure means a picture, right? Picture or illustration, you can also say. So worksheet also. Value of, we have already formula, right? Exercise, select, type, tool, all these are important words for you. So simple arithmetic and formatting also, formatting. Then we will work with numbers. So you know, we have different numbers actually. We have decimal points. Decimal points, right? We have fraction also. So we have decimal point representation. We have fractions. So I will teach you how to work with this. So then we will work with formulas. And I will teach you how to use and how to add formulas to cells or to a range of cells also. We can use formulas only for one cell and for a range of cells, for many cells. Also, I will tell you something about mathematical limitations of Excel. Limitations of Excel. Excel is a good software, but still it has some disadvantages, and I call them limitations. I hope you understand the meaning. So also we will solve some exercises, and I will show you some examples. So let's start. First of all, let's study how we can use symbols, subscripts, and superscripts in Microsoft Excel. I would like to clarify these terms. What is a symbol? I have given a translation here. Symbol. Subscript is here, and superscript. So I'm not sure about these translations, but when I show it to you, you will understand. Okay, you will understand what is a subscript and what is a superscript. Again, in English language, words may have several meanings, so we need to be very careful. In our case, meaning should be related to computing, to Microsoft Excel, or to mathematics or engineering. Okay, so let's start with symbols. I will run my Excel. Again, dear students, please don't forget I already mentioned this to you. I'm using Microsoft Excel 2016. 2016. If you use 2013, I think you won't find many differences. So you can use 2013 or 2016. It's not a big problem. Okay, so the question is how we can insert symbols. Again, symbol is a symbol, right? Translated here. So how we can insert symbols. Actually, we need to have this kind of window, right? You can see this window. From this window, we can insert different symbols. Okay, so let's go to the Insert tab. Insert here, okay, on the ribbon. This is a ribbon, and we have Insert tab here. Insert tab. Here, in the Insert tab, you'll find a symbol here on the right-hand side. Symbol, okay? So now let's click on the symbol. Let's click, and here you have that window from my presentation. It's slightly different, but this is not the point here. So from this window, you can find a lot of different symbols. A lot of different symbols which you cannot input by using your keyboard. For example, let's try to input this one. Insert. Insert. So when you press Insert, it appears on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side here, you have a phone and you have a star, right? So so symbols are usually associated with fonts. So we have many different fonts here. You know what is a font, I think. And also we have a subset here. So we have basic Latin and other subsets here. So a lot of various symbols. For example, mathematical operators. So let's click here and you will find various mathematical symbols such as what? Such as integrals, sums, and etc. Okay. Again, I will find mathematical operators. Mathematical operators, they are here. Okay, so now I can see product. This is a product. This is a sum. This is delta, right? Delta, capital delta. Square root, infinity, so intersection, integral, so approximately equal to n, so not equal, and so on. So you can access different symbols from here. Again, I would like to point out this place, Insert tab and symbol. So moreover, every symbol has its code. You can find this code here. So instead of looking for a symbol, you can find a table with various codes, and then you can input the code number here and press on the Insert button. Okay. Okay. So symbols are they are treated as a text. Actually, they are treated as a text. So if you click on the right button of your mouse. You can format cells, and you will find the general category. So this is the general format cells, which have no specific number format. So it's considered as a text. Okay. This was the first. Okay, symbols, inserting symbols. Second. You know how to insert formulas. You can access them from here. So these formulas are not exactly the same as formulas used in our cells. So these formulas are so they are considered as equations, actually equations. So you can just insert them, and that's all. You cannot work with these equations. You can see them, you can print out, but you cannot copy this equation to another cell, and you cannot use it for computing. So let's try to input something here. So let's say let's say, what do we have? Equation. We can select any equation. Well, this one, okay? So you can enlarge it. Yeah, so you need to change the font, right? Font size. So it's rated as a text also here, but is located inside some actually field here, okay? So you cannot copy this to inside a cell, so it cannot work as a formula. It cannot work as a formula like, for example, 1 plus 2, okay? So here we have a formula here. We have a formula, which is an Excel formula. But in case of these formulas, we cannot use them for computations. But you can modify them. You can type something by yourself, and you can print it out. So instead of writing by hand, you can type by using this tool. Okay, so you can always find some different symbols here. Like you can work with fractions. Fraction means something divided by something, right? You can write in this way, and many other ways. You can also use subscript and superscript. So let's try to use it. First of all, I will use a superscript. Superscript, for example, a to the power of x. Okay, a to the power of x. Okay, so let me increase the size of this. Okay, I will delete this one. I don't need this anymore. Okay, I have a to the power of x. Okay, once more, insert equation, and now I will insert subscript. Okay, let's say for example, f, and here is b. Okay, so let me also increase the font size. Okay, it looks fine. Okay, so now, dear students, I would like to explain you what is a subscript and what is a superscript. Okay, so here you can see that so a is let's say some constant. So let's say a is a constant. So constant means constant. This is n. So it means some number, okay? Some number. Okay, a is a constant, and here we have a power. So this is a power. You can read it as a to the power of x. A to the power of x. So x is a superscript here. Superscript, okay? Superscript. So it's a little bit above a, right? Not below, above a. So here f is a function. Let's say f is a function, okay? F is a function, and b is subscript here. Subscript, okay? Why is subscript? Because it's located slightly below f. It's slightly below, right? And it's smaller in size. So you can call it as a subscript, and this one is a superscript, okay? So I hope you understand the difference. So if you understand the difference, I will show you one more example. I will erase this first of all. Let me erase this. Okay. Okay, I will erase this one also. Insert equation. Script here, and then I will select what? I will select this one, and then I will select another one as well. I will select this one. Okay. Okay, so now let me select them, and I will increase the size so you can see it. Okay, now it's much better. Okay, let me write here. For example, I'll write some X here, and X is here, okay? So here we'll have, let's say, A and B, right? Here is A and B, right? Okay, so now, first of all, you need to look at the X, right? So we have A and B here, but the question is, so what do they mean? So it can be some indexes, you know, in the field of maths. So we use, sometimes we use very complex notations, and this can be used for notations. So here, so A is, you can say left superscript, okay? And B is also a left, but subscript, okay? Subscript. So in the second example, we also have a superscript, but they are located on the right-hand side from X, right? So you can say right superscript, okay? And here we have right subscript. So subscript is located below and superscript is located above. So I hope you understood how to use subscript and superscript in formulas, okay? So this is first I want to say about subscript and superscript. Okay, so now actually now we need to understand how we can use subscript and superscript in our cells. So the formulas which I used in Excel, right, so they are not located in cells, right? They don't belong to any cell. Even if you place it here, it doesn't mean that it belongs to range, for example, D3 to D5. So it does not belong to a cell. So you can consider it as a picture and you can locate it anywhere. So this is only a formula, right? Formula which is not Excel formula. So now we need to learn how to use subscript and superscript in inside cells. We often use them actually. We often use them. For example, I want to write the following one. Let's say I want to write something like let's say ax square plus bx plus c, right? I can easily write it by using formulas. I can use, so using formulas, it means this tool, equation, right? Equation. I can easily write it, right? So it's very easy. Okay, let's show. So you will write what? First of all, you need to select this one, right? So ax, then square here, right? Square, then again plus, then bx, right? Bx and plus c. That's all, okay? So this is what we can easily do is to type an equation, right? So this one is much better than I have written, right? My handwriting is not that good, and probably my graphic tablet is not so excellent. So I cannot write in a very smooth way. So let me erase it, and I will keep it here. So you can move these equations anywhere. You can apply the same thing you apply to texts. So for example, you can fill with color, right? Fill with color. You can fill with color, let's say this color. Then you can change the font, right? You can change the font. You can increase size. You can actually change the font type. But here there is some mathematical font. I think it's better to use it. Okay, now I want to write something or the same inside my cell. Okay, so the question is, how can I do this? Let's write it together. I'll write so ax square, right, plus bx plus c. So now I don't have any superscript here. So 2 is in superscript. But in my case, I cannot write it here. I cannot write a superscript. The question is why? So I need to find some tool for changing 2 to a superscript. But first of all, I can work with fonts. I can make it italic. Okay, italic. As you can see here in a formula, it's italic, right? But 2 is not italic. 2 is just a standard. I will make it standard. So then I will select 2. I will select it. I will select, okay. I will select it. Then I will go to font panel here, font panel. And in font panel, I will press this button, font settings. Or you can use Ctrl, Shift, and F also. You can use Ctrl, Shift, and F. You can customize your text to give it an exact look which you want. Okay, I will select font settings. So these settings will be applied to the font which was selected, right? So I have selected only 2. So I don't want to do anything with other writings. So I will click here on the font settings. Then I will have this window, format cells. As you can see here, format cells. I can change the font. I can change the font style, regular, italic, bold, and etc. Font size. I can change the color. And also here, this is important for us, I can add some effects. I can add some effects. So the first one is strike through. Strike through. If I select it, you will see what will happen with the regular font. So there will be some line which crosses the text. So I don't need this actually. So if I select superscript, so the text will go to superscript. So it will become smaller and goes slightly up, right? So if you select superscript, the text will become smaller and will go a little bit down, right? In my case, I need to have a superscript. I'll select a superscript and then press on the OK button. Okay. Now you can see that here, so my formula became very similar to this formula I typed by using equation tool in the insert tab, right? I used equation tool for typing this formula. Now let's try to add a subscript. Let me, for instance, F and X should be in subscript. I'll make F italic, and X will be a subscript. I will select X. I'll select it, right? So you need to carefully select only one symbol, X. Then in the font settings, or you can press Ctrl, Shift, and F, I will select the subscript. Okay? Okay. Okay. That's all. Now it looks like much better. So again, in the field of engineering, and of course in the field of mathematics, we often use subscripts and superscripts. So please don't forget how we can modify this. So it's very important for us. Another way to use subscripts and superscripts is to use shortcuts. I think you don't understand what is a shortcut. Of course, you understand what is a short and what is a cut, right? But I think you can check the meaning in here. You can use some keys like, for example, Ctrl plus or Ctrl Shift plus, but don't forget it may not work in different operating systems. So my recommendation is to follow the way which I used, and it will work everywhere. Okay, so the next thing we will discuss today is simple arithmetic. I will remind you what is an arithmetic. So I think you studied basics of arithmetic in school. So you know how to add numbers, you know how to multiply numbers. So this is very good. In Microsoft Excel we can do the same things, but instead of us, computer will compute it. So the following table lists the arithmetic operators, their symbols, examples, and order of precedence. Okay, so first of all I have to translate what is an order of precedence. Actually it's written here, order of. So order of precedence means that sometimes we need to think which operations should be done the first and which should be done the last, right? So one example, I will give you one example. Let me open the whiteboard. So let's say you want to do the following operations. For example, 10 plus 2, then multiplied by 5, right? So what is the order of precedence here? What is the order of precedence? So here we have two operations. We have plus and we have multiplication. So this means multiplication. So this operation is known as addition. So we will add 2 to 10, right? So this is an addition. And this is a multiplication. So the question is, what is the order of precedence? So it means which operation should be done the first and which one should be done the second. As you can see here, we use parentheses. Okay, parentheses. So inside parentheses we have addition. So that means the order of precedence is 1 here. So the first one. First of all, we will add this, 10 plus 2. And the second is multiplication. Okay, so this is the order of precedence. I hope you understand this very simple example. And now let me return to my presentation. So what is the order of precedence used in Microsoft Excel? You can see here the order of precedence. So we start from 1. So then this is negation. So negation means changing the sign, right? And symbol is here is exactly the same as minus, right? But this is not subtraction. This is negation. So negation means if you want to apply it, for example, if you want to apply negation to minus 1, so you will get what? You will get plus 1, right? You don't need to write plus, but you will get plus 1. So if you apply negation to 5, then you will get minus 5. Okay, so the order of precedence is 1 here. So this is the first operation which will be computed by Excel. So the next operation is percentage. Percentage. I think you already understand what is percentage, and probably in some of our classes you will learn how to compute percents in Microsoft Excel. Actually, it's quite simple. You need to work with formatting. So let me show it to you. So okay, it's here. So let me delete all this. I don't need anymore. Okay. Okay, and this one, and also this one. Okay, so now let me select any cell, and then I will use the right button of my mouse, so I will click on the right button. Then format cells, you can see it here. So then we'll have this window. So in this window we can come to numbers here. We are interested in numbers, and we have different categories here. So we have currency, we have date, time, number, but I'm interested in percentage. So also percentage can be found here. You can change the number of decimal places. I will keep it as, let's say, 0, and press OK button. Okay. Again, number, format cells, number, and percentage. Okay. So now let's type something here. For example, 15. I type 15 and it turns into percent, right? So if I type something else, for example, a text, let me type a text, tegu. So it returns the same, right? It's not a percent, 0.1%, okay? Because we don't have any decimal places. So you cannot see 0.1. So if I add 2 decimal places, then you will see this, right? So let's add a fraction. For example, 1/2. So it also converts them to percent with 2 decimal places. So decimal places means number of digits after comma. So we have a comma here or a dot here. We have 1 and 2 decimal places. Okay. So this is what I want to tell you about percents. So the order of precedence for percent is 2, right? So this is an important arithmetic operation. Okay, let's go to the next operation. Order of precedence 3 for exponentiation. So now I would like to clarify, what does exponentiation mean? Okay, you can see some examples here. For example, 2, then they use this symbol. Actually, this is a symbol for exponentiation. We can use this symbol. For example, 2 to the power of 3. So let's write it together. Exponentiation. So for example, I want to write this one. Let's say 2 to the power of 3, right? So 3 is what? Is a superscript here. So the question is how to compute this. You know how to compute, right? So you will multiply 2 3 times, right? 2 times 2 times 2 will give you what? So 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8, right? So it takes a long time to compute, so we need to find some quick way, and Excel can help us. Okay, so now I will write this over here. Okay, let me write 2 to the power of 3, okay? Enter. So I have used exponentiation, but nothing changed. I cannot see any result. Let me check the text formatting. I will select the cell and then right click and then format cells. So the category is general now. So let me change it to numbers. I don't need any decimal places because here we have integer number. This is an integer number, and okay, again I will erase this and I will type this again, 2 to the power of 3, right? So again I cannot see the result. So what is the problem? Very good question. Very important note, dear students. So every formula in Excel should start with equal sign. Okay? Every formula in Excel should start with equal sign. So even if you add 1 plus 2, you start it with equal sign. Equal 1 plus 2. Then enter. Okay? Otherwise, it won't be computed. So every formula should start with an equal sign. So now let's try to modify it. Let's try to modify. I can use a formula bar here. So also it's convenient to modify formulas. Actually, it's very long, right? Very long. Also, you can write very long formulas here. So I will write here equal. I will add equal sign, and at the end of the formula, I will press enter button. Okay, enter. Now you can see the result. Okay, now you can see the result. Okay, now let me do the next operation. First of all, I will check the cell formatting, use numbers. Okay, then, so I want to compute the following. Let's say I want to compute 8 to the power of 3. Okay, 8 to the power of 3. So, or you can write in this way, 8 to the power of 3. So 3 is a superscript here, superscript. Okay, we call this a superscript. So now let's compute it together. So I will use cell B3, right? Don't forget, all formulas or computations should start with an equal sign. Equal sign. Equal 8 to the power of 3, right? So the question is why it's italic here. Why it's italic? I have to modify it. Okay. Okay, 8 to the power of 3. And here, again, I use an equal sign. If you don't use equal sign, so you cannot compute it, okay? Equal sign will turn this to a cell formula. Okay, now let me modify this formula. I will delete it and I'll write again. So I already have 8. 8 is located in the cell B2. So I can use cell reference instead of writing 8. I will show you how it works. Equal, then I will select the cell B2. I will click my mouse here. Okay, now you can see B2 here. I don't need to write 8. Then to the power of what? 3. That's all. At the end of this formula, you will press enter. Enter. So now, the result is quickly computed. So if I modify 8 here, for example, instead of 8, I may have 7. So then this formula will be recalculated. Why? Because in this formula, I use cell reference for formula B2. Okay, I don't write 7 here. I write B2. So if I modify if I modify the number in B2, so my formula will be recalculated. Okay, recalculated or recomputed. So if I write 1, 1 to the power of 3 will give me 1, right? If I write 0 here, I will get 0. So if I write tegu, what will I have? Let's see. I will have some error value. So I will talk about error values, but a bit later. So this is how we use this operation. Again, dear students, the name of this operation is exponentiation. Okay, exponentiation. So you can find this term in Papago. The next term, order of precedence, is 4 for multiplication and division, both of them. Okay. So we'll have multiplication, multiplication. For example, 2 times 3. So you can read it 2 multiplied by 3, or you can also read 2 times 3. 2 times 3. So you can multiply 2 times A1. So in cell A1 you can keep some, let's say, some number, right? Or you can also multiply, for example, cell A1 by cell B1, right? So we can use cell references, okay? Cell references. Actually, using cell references is very convenient. Very convenient. The reason is that you can change the number in a cell, and the answer will be also recalculated or recomputed. So recalculate means will be calculated again, right? Recalculate. So for multiplication and division, both of them we have order of precedence 4, right? Order of precedence is 4. Then for addition, we have number of precedence 5, which is exactly the same for subtraction. So addition means plus, subtraction means minus, right? Addition. So I hope you understand the translation. If you don't understand, please check out the glossary. Okay, addition, and also we have subtraction. Okay, subtraction. Okay, subtraction. So minus and plus. Let me give you one more example. So in this example, I will use plus and division. Okay, so division has higher order of precedence. So this is more important, right? For example, in the field of maths, okay, if you want to compute something like, let's say 2 plus 1 divided by 2, right? So what you will do, so actually, what kind of operations do we have here? First of all, we have addition, and we have, this one is what? Division. Okay, you divide 1 by 2. You can read it as 1 over 2. So we have two operations. If you check our table, division is more important operation. So that means, so first of all, we have to divide 1 by 2, right? And then apply addition. Okay, so let's divide. So 2 plus what? 1 over 2 is what? 0.5, right? 0.5, and only then you can apply addition operation. So 2.5. So this is the way how Microsoft Excel will compute your operations and formulas. So please don't forget about order of precedence. Order of precedence. So this is very important. Let's go to the next page. I will give you one example, and probably we can implement it also. Excel evaluates formulas left to right using the order of precedence. So if you type the following, if you type equal 60 minus 20 divided by 5, so, and you will get 56 but not 8. Why? Because the division precedes the subtraction, right? Division is more important for us. So first of all, we will divide. So 20 by 5 will give you 4, right? And then 60 minus 4 will give you 56. So we can overwrite the order of precedence. We can overwrite. So we can change it, overwrite, Okay, we can change the order of precedence. So how we can change? We can change this order by using parentheses. So here the parentheses, you can see here, I added parentheses here, so left and right? So now 60 minus 20 divided by 5. So if you see parentheses, then this operation has a priority. Okay, priority. So first of all, we have to compute this one is the first one, right? So it will be the first. Right? And then we'll have the second, right? So this is how Excel will work, and we can check this together. Okay, let's write 60 minus 20 divided by 5, right? Again, don't forget, so all formulas should begin from the equal sign. Okay, equal sign is a must here. Otherwise, your formula, your calculations will not work. Don't forget to press enter. So the result is 56. First of all, we use division, right? First of all, we use division, and only then we use subtraction. So now let me modify this formula, but I will copy it and I will paste it here. So I think you understand what is copy and paste. So I often use these terms because they are important if you use such computer software as Excel. So now I will add parentheses here. I will add parentheses from left and from the right. So if parentheses added, so the order of precedence will be number 1 here. So this is the first, and then we will divide, right? So 60 minus 20, and only then you can divide by 5. Here we have 800%, which is strange. So obviously there is a problem with cell formatting. We need to use numbers here, and I don't need to have any decimal places. So the answer is 8, only because of we have changed the order of precedence by using parentheses. So don't forget about this good method. The next important terms for us are displayed and stored values. So here I have given you the translation. Please check it out. So displayed value means shown value, and stored value means those value, so which is stored by Excel. Okay. So please look here. So in A5, in a cell A5, the formula bar displays the stored value of 1.249, right, rather than the formatted value of 1.25. Okay. So if we had wanted the formula to treat 1.249 as 1.25, then we could have used the round function, as I will show this later. So round function, I think you know what is rounding. We can round numbers. Also, I think you also did this in your high school. So now let me show you some few examples of displayed and stored value. Again, displayed value is the value which you will see in your cell. Okay, you will see it in your cell. But stored value is that value which is kept by Excel. Okay. Okay. Let's say I will write something. Okay, equal 1/3. Okay. Okay. So what do we have here? 0.333 and etc. So this is displayed value. Why is displayed value? Display has such a meaning. Display means to show, right? So Excel shows to me this value, okay? But here, there is another value. There is another value, right? So I have entered as 1 divided by 3, right? Why? Because, so this is a fraction, right? If you divide 1 over 3, then actually you will get actually many 3's here. 3 will never stop, right? It will continue. So we will not have only 6 3's here, but we will have infinite numbers. We'll have many 3's and they will never never stop, right? Okay, another example. Let's say I'll use 1.129, okay? Enter. So now let's check. So here and here the values are coinciding, so they are exactly the same, right? No difference. So now let me format the cells. I will format the cells. I will select number from here, number, right? And then I will select only 2 decimal places. 1, 2, right? 1, 2. Okay. So I use only 2 decimal places. It means 2 digits after comma. The first digit and the second digit. So I think I need to clarify what is, again, decimal point. So I think you understand what is decimal point. And what is a digit, okay? So in my case, I can now see only 2 digits, right? Only 2 digits. What kind of digits they are? So 1 and 3, right after this comma. So this is displayed value, okay? This is displayed value. Displayed value, which means the value which I can see, right? This is a displayed value, okay? But in fact, this value is only displayed, is only shown to me. So this is the stored value, okay? This is the stored value, okay? Stored value. So sometimes, of course, we will have differences between displayed and stored value. So please don't forget that we can use text formatting. We can use text formatting and change the category here. You can change the category. So if you change the percent, you will see percents here, okay? In our case, I'm interested in numbers. So if I increase the number of decimal places, again, you will find something different, right? So you'll find something different. What you'll find? You'll find that, so this is displayed value. So what is the difference here? We will see 1, 2, 9, and also we have 2 zeros here. 2 zeros. But here, you don't have any zeros inside your formula bar. So I think it's enough to understand the meaning of displayed and stored value. So if it's not convenient for you to click here to format cells, probably you don't understand English well, so then you can use another way. So here in the home tab, so this is the home tab, you will find here, okay, this place. So now we use numbers, right? So we have a number here, but you can actually use some other formatting such as currency, which is money, for accounting, for time and date and percentage and etc. Okay. Moreover, you can change it to what? You can change the number of decimals. You can increase the number of decimals or you can decrease, right? Now let's increase. I want to show more decimal places. So why do I need to? I want to see a precise value. Okay, you see what happens? So I'm increasing the number of decimals, but stored value is not changing, right? So in a formal bar, so we have still 1.129, but here I'm adding some decimal places, and of course they will be zeros. By using this button, you can decrease number of decimals. Okay, now I will have less zeros, and now I have exactly the same as in a formula bar. If I continue, so it will be rounded, right? Instead of 1.129, I will have 1.13. Again, once more. Now I have 1.1. Why? Because here we have 2, so 1 cannot be increased to 2. So I will have 1.1. So please use this formatting. Actually, you can select any cell, and for any cell you can see the formatting which is used here. So in this case we have general formatting. General. In this case I changed this to number, and if you change it to percent or some other category, also it will be displayed here. It will be displayed here.